The navigation view isn't the only way to show new views in your app. SwiftUI also gives you a component type called Sheet. You probably recognize this from the Apple Music app and the Mail app, and it is a fantastic way to modally present a view on top of others in a swipeable form. All you need to do is provide a bindable Boolean value to keep track of whether to display the sheet or not. If you set it true at any point, the sheet modifier will trigger display of the view for you. You're starting right from where you left off in the last episode. Open up Detail View and check out this little button with the location info in it. You're going to use this to bring a map of the artwork's location up on screen. So like I said, the first step is to add a bindable Boolean state property to keep track of presenting the map. It's set to false by default because you don't want it showing up first thing. Now, you can make the map button do something by changing show map to true. The last step is to add a sheet. When show map is set to true, the sheet will be presented. And the view you want to appear as a sheet goes in the closure. You're going to use a custom location map view that's already set up for you. You'll look at it in a minute. Now you can try this out in the live preview. Tap the map button. There's the location of the artwork, and you can swipe down to dismiss it. That automatically changes whichever binding you've used to false for you. Sometimes, though, you want to cover the full screen, so you can't just swipe away. There's another kind of modal view called full screen cover. It actually has the same kind of initializer as the sheet. But since you can't just swipe to dismiss this, how do you go back? Take a look at the view that you're showing, location map. It has the state property to store a region for the map and a map view, and just some text with the name of the location the map is showing. You aren't going to cover anything about working with maps in this course, but you will later on in this learning path. In this HStack, you can add a button to dismiss the view. You just need a way to change that Boolean from Detail View. And that way is to add a binding to that bool in the location map view. And then set it to false when this button is pressed. You should get an error now because the location map in the preview needs a binding. This is where constant bindings come in handy, so you can still see the map preview. Now update Detail View in the same way to pass along the real binding. And give it a try in the live view. That's working as expected. Now that you got the hang of this, you can apply the same sort of technique to show other kinds of modal views with SwiftUI. Things like alerts and popovers work very similarly, but I'll leave you to check those out on your own. Next up, a challenge to try out your SwiftUI navigation skills.